Chris, go ahead.
Hello and welcome to the Films on Tap podcast on govsradio.com. Tonight we welcome a very, very special guest, someone who has starred on Kevin and and now Tim, who's binge watched it in the last 2 weeks.
Yeah.
One of our favorite reality shows of all time and the coolest person on those shows. Marissa Lucchese. Marissa, thank you so much for joining us.
Hello, guys. Thank you for having me.
Pleasure to have you.
Thank you.
I just did the gayest clap ever.
I would seriously. I would absolutely say that it's probably you are the realest person I've seen on any one of this style of show.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. 100%.
Thank you. I feel like there's more outgoing people that are crazier and just say shit.
Here's the thing. You're not crazy. You're just Long Island.
Yeah. I'm a little crazy because I have the Italian in me.
Again.
But I'm a real person. What you see is what you get with me.
Right.
And I think that's what made it so endearing, and why, a lot of people rooted for you on the show, particularly in season 2. As kind of you went through your stuff with Brandon. I think people were like, they had already built such a relationship with you and following you from season 1.
Yeah. And
it just made it kind of that much more impactful to us when you were going through some emotional times and I'm sure it wasn't easy.
I think it was very relatable, especially for girls, because we all go through those type of relationships where it's like you like the person, it's like they're on and off and they don't know what they want and you get played. So I feel like watching it back, all I could say is I hope the viewers took something from it, because I definitely learned a lesson and grew from the situation. I hope the viewers watching also learned something and took something from that situation as well.
Yeah, so we actually, just before we started, Tim, we were briefing Marissa on F-Boy Island. Mm-hmm. And Brandon is definitely somebody that would be in the F-Boy camp. In turn, a player.
He'd be running everybody.
Yeah, exactly. But it did seem like, and I think this is kind of what drew you in or drew you back to him after a couple times, was he seemed to have a little bit of a softer, more genuine side that he would occasionally reveal to you. Do you feel like that was legit, but it just wasn't enough? Or was that kind of a put on as well? I don't know. Do you guys still talk? Is there any relationship there?
Yeah, so we're obviously cordial still. We're friends. We don't talk really at all, if I'm being honest. I have a boyfriend now. He's back with his girlfriend.
Congratulations.
Thank you. And he's back with his girlfriend that he left for the show originally. Mm-hmm. But I think, honestly, all around the whole situation, it's like you're stuck in one place. You have no other connection to the world except when you go out. And when you're stuck in one place with the same faces and you start to get a little crazy, there's not a lot of people around you. If we were out and there was other guys and I was hanging out, obviously oh, whatever, fuck you, but we were so confined to each other. And then on top of that, me, I always go for the guys that like to play the games and play the game, the challenge. You always like a challenge. So I think that's
can fix him.
Yeah. I always think I could fix somebody and help them like their mother, but it always bites you in the ass. So
check in on F-Boy Island season 2.
I'm gonna have to check that show out now. I said I'm gonna start it tonight when I watch it.
Amazing.
Let you guys know.
I absolutely need to know what you think about that, because let me tell you, watching F-Boy Island, because I watched it first before I got to watch 2 seasons of the show of Double Shot.
Right.
But I hadn't in a long time jumped out of sheer joy at watching anything like I did.
Wait a second, Chris, have you finished it?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Keep going. Sorry.
Yeah. But
we can't ruin it for
genuine.
No.
Genuine happiness.
Right.
Genuine happiness. And it was kind of like the same happiness I had at the end of the first season, the Double Shot, when I was like, oh, that sucks.
Yeah. Were you guys shocked to see how that ended, that first season? Like, did you know before it aired, or did you find out when it aired?
Yeah, no, so we didn't know at all. Like once you're eliminated, you don't know what's going on inside the house. So, and then even like when we all came home, like you're not allowed to talk about it. You're signing on days and not your family or your friends. Like you don't talk about it to anybody.
Sure.
And then obviously like we didn't know like if Paulie picked somebody or Vinny picked somebody or if they both went home single. Like we didn't know what was going on. So as the show continued, once I was eliminated off, that was me watching it with the viewers as well for the first time, seeing how it all went down. And I was taken back by surprise just because I genuinely thought Paulie would pick Nikki at the end.
Yeah.
And I personally thought Vinny was going to go home alone. But then at the same time, I was like 50-50 because him and Elise did have a connection, but it was also like, he was also like kind of into Maria. And then he also had Elle at the end as well.
Right.
So it was just very like, you didn't know which way it was going to go.
Yeah. Yeah. He seemed to sort of vacillate between the three, where Paulie kind of was about Nikki, you know, really consistently for at least the second half of that show, which seemed to cause, you know, a lot of tension in the house.
Oh yeah.
Now, I feel like watching her in season 1 and then season 2 and then now in Family Vacation that she's on there seems to be sort of a maturity curve there. Like she seems more normal now than maybe she did in the first season of Double Shot. Do you guys communicate at all, or
Yeah, so well, obviously you guys watched season 1 and you saw like how me and Nikki didn't get along right away.
Sure.
Season 1, but then it was a hard environment, you know, like we're all there for one reason. And then it's like we have a limited time. It would literally sometimes be like you only have like an hour to get yourself with them. And it's like 20 girls. Like, how are you fighting for that and getting that one-on-one time, you know? And then if you missed it, it was like, oh my God, eliminations tonight. Now am I going to go home because I didn't have that conversation that might have saved my ass? You know what I mean?
Sure.
So that's why I think everybody was just like such a cutthroat environment. It definitely wasn't a normal situation where you're trying to get to know a guy with 19 other girls around you. So that's why it was very like, I guess, hostile and everybody was just cutthroat and at each other. But then obviously season 2, as you were saying, like, I think that's really where like you got to know me and my, like who I am as a person. You got to see who Maria was. You got to see who Nikki was as a, you know what I mean? Like, and like you really got to see us in all aspects and personalities and who we are. We weren't in that competitive mode, you know, we were just us.
Right. Yeah. And that's why season 2 is even better than season 1.
Thank you. I agree. Even though I love season 1, I would do season 2 a million times over again.
Yeah, honestly. It's just you end up liking every single one of you. Even the Cool Jeans. And when I first saw them, I was like, oh, for fuck's sake. My ancestors are weeping.
I knew that was going to be your reaction, Tim.
The Cool Jeans. I love them. Obviously, going in, I didn't know them. They were Darren's friends, but she was like, they'll be fine. Don't worry. And then once I got to know them, I was like, oh my God, like they're so cool. They were like,
you end up loving them.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know? Antonio was hilarious. I mean, he looked like
he just want to squeeze his cheeks.
He looks like a real life Alvin from Alvin and the Chipmunks. Like, it's crazy.
So many memes about that after the show. I know they really did get ripped apart on social media, but it's okay. We all do.
I mean, that guy was a hustler though. Like that guy worked. I respected the shit out of that. Yeah. But I mean, I have been begging to ask you, and I have to ask it now is, have you seen Trey Songz Fountain?
Oh, I can't. That night was so ridiculous. Oh my God. We were all in the club partying, and then I see like out of my peripheral, like Nikki and Susie going back and forth, and I was like, oh, no. They're fighting. And I was like, what could they possibly be fighting about? And then I hear Trey Songz and a fountain. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, first of all, I hope to go to LA and be invited to one of Trey Songz's house parties. And that they were both like, I've been there. I'm like, where the fuck, who should I be hanging out with? You know? But that fight was crazy. It was just the alcoholism and everybody, at a certain point we all get sick of each other too. So it's like every little thing you say, it's like you go just pop off. So
Did you find yourself after like certain weeks like changing it up and maybe spending a little more time with someone else just to kind of like get that release and get away from somebody for a little bit? Because I imagine, I mean, we all live with like our family. I'm like, let's take a break for a little while.
I moved to Florida.
Right, true.
He goes, I moved to Florida. It's a lot. There was times where I literally would lock myself in the bathroom just to be by myself, and like I would just like talk to myself in my head and just be like, you're fine. Like, because sometimes you just want your own space and you don't have that. Because not only do you have the cast with you, but now you have all production behind you and people in and out. Like there's people everywhere at all times. So it's never like, the only time you're really by yourself is if you're taking a dump. and even
that's true to life.
I was gonna say
half the time we were mic'd. So if I was mic'd and going out to take a poop, I'd be like, I'm pooping. Can you shut my mic, please? Like,
right?
So to the bathroom. It's definitely something that you have to adapt to and get used to. I would say like the second weekend, that's like when I really got adjusted to everything, like filming season 1, and then season 2 I was like, all right, whatever, like I'm used to it now.
Well, again, this was brand spanking new to you. I mean, like just reading back on your story and everything like that, like just taking a leap of faith and saying, you know what, this is what I want to do and I'm going to go all in and see what happens no matter what, and the courage to be able to just get in there and literally fall right into place with that show. It's incredible.
It was insane. It was like, I don't know, because I just applied like for shits and gigs online because they were originally casting for a party show. Mm-hmm. And then a few of us, me, Darren, and Lashes, without even knowing each other at the time, we all applied for that party show. And then the network never picked it up. And then a year later, like after going through casting calls for this one show we applied to, it never got picked up. So I was like, all right, it's not meant, like whatever happens, happens. And then literally a year later, they started calling about a dating show. And they were like, it's like The Bachelor, but they wouldn't say who. They're like, it's just a very well-known person. So I was like, all right, so it's either Johnny Bananas or it's the Jersey Shore. But I was like, the Jersey Shore isn't taken yet. So I know, when you bring up Johnny Bananas. But so yeah, we didn't know. And then I was like, hopefully it's like a good like actor, like someone hot. But
sure.
Chloe and Vinny were fun too.
They seem like
not to be like that, no, because I look at them as like friends now, you know? Like,
sure.
Yeah, you don't think of them like that in a romantic sense. I get that.
Hey, listen, if I got the choice between, Tom Cruise and Vinny, I'm taking Vinny every day, right?
Every day.
Top Gun though.
Yeah, it's true.
I gotta think about that.
Yeah, but he's like 4'3".
He is.
Oh.
He's very Tom Cruise.
Tom Cruise.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, I don't know how tall Vinny is, but I'm assuming not 4'3".
No, I don't even know. He's definitely taller than me, and I'm like 5'2", so he's up there. He's tall.
When Nikki started cursing you all out in another language, did that bug you guys out? Like, did everybody start grabbing their cross necklaces and stuff?
That was the fight with Susie, right?
Yeah.
Susie. That was crazy. I did not expect it to get crazy like that at all. And they were just screaming at each other. I thought Nikki was going to hit her or Susie was going to hit Nikki. I didn't know what was going to happen. Security was standing there ready to go, like on deck, like to jump in. So it was definitely a crazy fight. But again, you have a bunch of girls together, and what's going to happen? The claws are going to come out. So
alcohol.
Well, yeah. And I was going to say, Susie was somebody that on the surface and normally seemed very sort of bubbly and kind of, happy-go-lucky. But then she would get loaded and just start like unloading on people, like thoughts that, just came from a real dark place. Yeah. And everybody was like, whoa, where's this coming from?
Yeah, they really painted her in the first season to be kind of dim-witted and like just a giggly like hee hee hee.
Right.
And then all of a sudden they were like, she was like, I'm a nurse, and I was like, what? It's Scooby Doo'd me. I was like,
Yeah, no, because when you look at Susie, she's got the big boobs, she's a hot
Right.
little mama, the skinny little clothes, but you know, she's actually really fucking smart.
I'm
Susie.
sure.
Like if you sit there and have a conversation with her, like me and her could sit there for hours and like talk about life, just shoot the shit. Like she's really, really smart. But with the drinking, I think she definitely like watching herself back. She like obviously felt really bad with everything that came out and stuff and was ashamed. But it happens, you know, we all been there, done that.
We've
So
all been there.
yeah.
Yeah,
Definitely.
and it's such a unique situation. Like you said, the cameras are on you almost 24/7.
And that's
There's
the
bound-
thing you totally forget too. Like, you know, like you're so used to going out, partying with your friends, doing your own thing, hooking up, cursing people out, fight, like whatever it is. And now like you're putting your life out there for everybody to watch. And while you're in the moment, especially when you're drinking, you totally forget. Which is like weird and bizarre because there's cameras everywhere.
True.
It's just adapt to it. So then you forget and then you'll think back and be like, fuck, why did I do that? Why did I say that? There's a lot of those moments for me, but it's fine.
See, now, one of those things that I do look at, and again, I was curious how this all played out because Angelina, throwing her into the mix, did they know that she was going to go off on everybody like that? Is that just how she is?
Yeah, Ange doesn't.
Wow.
If Ange is thinking something, if you think what I just say whatever I think, she says whatever she thinks. That's just Ange.
So yeah, and again, you got people that'll sit there and say, "Oh, everything is scripted, it's produced, it's this, it's that, it's doctored." It's like no, you got to look at the genius of it. Like I know this personality back to front, and if I throw that into the soup right now, I'm gonna get gold on screen.
Yeah, no, she I don't even know what happened that night. We were all just standing around at the bar and then something happened.
And she was going after Mish.
Mia. She wanted
thank you.
Paulie and Vinny basically wanted Ange to like feel us all out and really like get us to talk and get us out of our shell. So I guess when Ange asked Mish or whoever if she wanted a shot, Nikki was like, "Oh no, like she doesn't do shots or
right."
Or Angelina asked Nikki, and then Nikki's like, "I don't drink," and Mish asked for us.
Right, it's like, "Why are you speaking for her?" And
yeah, so and she just, I guess she just wanted to see how she would handle herself in the situation. I don't know.
She found out.
I was like, "Oh God." Poor girl went running in upstairs in the closet, was crying next to the hair extension hanging.
Oh man.
It was just a mess.
There had to be in that bathroom. There had to be a lot of hair extensions and eyelashes.
There was a glue factory worth of fucking horsehair hanging there.
Literally, there was about 10 girls getting ready in that bathroom. There was only 3 bathrooms there was only 3 bathrooms that we were able to use
For 20 girls.
For 20 girls. And it was just a fucking mess. Everybody was taking each other's shit, what went missing. Like it was just,
yeah. And you've been interested in sort of beauty and cosmetology even well before the show. So did you have like a bunch of stuff with you that people just started taking and
oh my God, they all started running out of eyelashes and they were all coming to me for eyelashes because I have my own eyelash brand online that you guys can shop. So not you guys, but maybe for your wives or girlfriends. But they were all starting to take my eyelashes. And then season 2, because I also do hair, I have my cosmetology license. So like when we had downtime, I'd be giving the girls blowouts and stuff, doing their hair for them.
How did B Lashes run out of lashes?
Oh,
Which you can tell
Jesus to run out of face.
Whoever needed extra clothes, extra heels, extra lashes, extra makeup, whatever it was, everybody always came to me and lashes for it.
Yeah.
I packed literally 6 suitcases to go every time.
See? Didn't she take the lashes off? For that fight with Susie, didn't she take the shoes and the lashes off?
Yes.
I feel like I remember that.
Yep.
Yes, that was crazy too. I was staying there. I didn't know what was going on. Susie was like, so when we were coming up, which they didn't show this, we were coming up in the elevator and Susie like started with lashes and I was like, just ignore her, just ignore her, just ignore her, just keep walking. Because it's like if you keep going and you don't get a remark, you're not going to fight back. She'll just eventually stop. But no. And then we finally get into the club, and then we're at the table, and then other shit was said, and then it was just like I turn around, I see like lashes ripping off her lashes and taking off her heels and giving my shoes back. And I was like, seriously, like, come on, tomorrow you're gonna laugh about this. And it was like so awkward in the house the next morning because like Evie felt really awkward, and I had to sit down and tell her what happened. And then it was like Lashes was really hurt by everything she said. You know what I mean? So it was just like a very, very messy situation.
Yeah.
Poor Lashes. Let me tell you something. The Long Island girls were the realest fucking people on this show.
Seriously, you guys represented.
Thank you.
And you know, like people that don't live on Long Island and maybe aren't familiar with the people of the Italian descent, they have a certain perception of us, and you know, certain shows I think amplify it and play to that stereotype. And I feel like you guys were just yourselves, and didn't, you know, you weren't like, you know, Big Ange from Mob Wives. Oh my God. I just realized I didn't have that in my top favorite reality shows.
I'm surprised by
that. that is definitely one of.
What was that? Mob Wives?
Yeah.
Loved Mob
that
Wives.
show
Drita,
was so
I
great.
love that bitch.
My wife loves Drita too. She's like, I don't take any crap. And so, yeah. But they're Italian times 10. You know, they're Staten Island times 10. Yes. But you guys were just regular, you know, I think you were people that the viewers could identify with, and you kind of became, whenever, you know, when you watch a movie or a show, there's a narrator or a protagonist that you have to follow along with. Yeah, that you're identifying with, and you're sort of going through the experience with them. And I think you and to some extent Lashes were those people where we're seeing it like you guys are, like, this is fucking crazy.
Yeah.
And some of the other people didn't seem to, like, they were either feeding into the crazy or looked like they were just having a blast and partying. And every so often you guys were like, what the fuck am I doing?
Nikki, every once in a while, Nikki would say something that in the first season that was like a moment of clarity. And you'd be like, oh, you are a normal person. Like, maybe they're just editing you to be.
That's the thing too with the editing. I could be talking about you, but it could look like somebody else. So
right.
At the end of the day, we're telling a story. So
yeah. But I like in the first season when Nikki was like, who would bring their kids in this cuckoo house? And I was like, yes.
Oh yeah, when they pulled the prank with Paulie's daughter, which I literally thought was his daughter. And I was like, oh my God. And then it's like this little actress who fooled all of us. And she's like 7 years old. She's out there playing Barbie dolls with me, telling me Paulie's her dad. Meanwhile, she's wearing like an earpiece, and Paulie and Vinny are telling her what to say to fuck with us.
Fantastic.
Hysterical.
Oh, it was funny.
Hysterical.
And for each season, how long was the shoot?
So each time it was a month. Yeah. Wow. Sometimes a little more than a month, but usually a month. No phone, no computer, no radio, no singing songs.
But did you at least have fun in Vegas for a month?
Yeah.
Oh, I fucking
Come on.
So much fun. I do it over again. 100%.
You know, it looked like, you know, there were certain folks in the house that were sort of looking for that to be a springboard maybe to something career-wise out there in Vegas. Were you thinking along those same lines, or did you know you were always coming back east?
So obviously, I mean, I'm always open to options. Obviously, if there was a job opportunity or something that was offered my way, that is definitely beneficial and something that I would be interested in, then I would have thought about maybe moving down there. Mm-hmm. But I don't think I would just move to Vegas because it definitely is Sin City and it's party nonstop and you definitely can get caught up really quick. Mm-hmm. And all I would want to do is party. I wouldn't want to work down there. So I'd rather go visit there for vacations. My next stop of where I want to move is Florida. So maybe
you got that Miami bug.
Yeah.
Your Boca's kind of nice.
Yo, Boca's really damn nice.
Boca?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's where you are?
Just moved, yeah.
Okay, so I'm looking to go to Del Rey or Boca.
Oh, shit, yeah.
Yeah, right there.
That's right there. A 5-minute drive, yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah.
For what?
My manager lives down there in Boca.
I'm sorry. Who lives down there in Boca?
My manager.
Oh, your manager. Okay.
Yeah, he lives down in Boca, so I want to be closer to him with work and everything.
Sure.
Cool.
Yeah, and also just weather-wise, financially.
I'm so over New York.
Thank you.
It's played out. I need something new.
It so is.
I need something new.
There's always OnlyFans.
So, obviously.
Oh, OnlyFans. Jesus Christ. Hell yeah.
Oh, OnlyFans. Yeah, I'm not into that.
No, you wouldn't want to do that?
That's the greatest shit ever.
No, it's not, and I really don't feel comfortable about talking about that.
Oh,
so
all right. Okay.
If you don't.
I mean, if you want to get into it, we can, but
No.
What?
No.
Thanks. No.
All
I'm
right.
saying, make that money. Make that money.
I don't think so, Kevin. No.
What are they?
Oh,
I'm just saying I haven't done it myself. I wish I could, but Christ, all that
I mean,
money
it's
out
still.
there?
I mean,
In a heartbeat.
just in
Well,
case.
what's the deal? There's like celebrities on there now and stuff too, right? Like that's the whole driving
Celebrities,
thing.
sure.
Whatever.
Yeah.
It's
You'd probably clean up. I think you'd do a good job.
Yeah,
All right,
no.
guys,
I think I'm just really uncomfortable talking about that. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna hang up and go.
Oh,
Hey,
don't,
no,
no.
come on.
It wasn't.
No.
I didn't mean it like that. I didn't mean it like that.
I'm
Look,
sorry, guys.
you're not
I
gonna.
gotta
No,
Yeah, no. I'm
don't, come
sorry.
on.
I gotta
Don't
go.
do that.
I gotta go.
Tim, you look so
Shit.
upset.
well, I don't because I don't know what the fuck is going on.
Sorry.
You hate punks,
Tim, you got to show up on
He's
time. You'll be in on the
genuinely-
joke.
First of all, there's no way. There's no way Chris wouldn't have a fucking conniption if Jim pulled that shit out. So that was my source of confusion. Because I know how much. By the way, great playing it off, Marissa. That was impressive. If it wasn't for the fact that I know that this motherfucker Chris would lose his shit because he's trying to put his best foot forward, because we're all fangirling out that you're here, that this fucking numbskull would be like, hey, why don't you show your tits on OnlyFans? Like,
Tim, you show a butthole too.
I was trying to do the hey, come on, guys, but I couldn't.
Yeah,
fucking
come on,
You got to make the pre-show, Tim. You got to make the meeting.
shit,
I
yeah,
wanted
thanks.
to fuck with you, so they said get defended with OnlyFans. I said, all right, I'll do it.
That was beautiful. Thank you for that.
You know what? You legitimately were the only one that's actually Jim did all right. Jim did all right.
Yeah.
Kev, you weren't nearly as holy shit as you would be.
I still went back like, all right, bitch.
I figured
you want to leave.
somebody was gonna go pearl clutching. Like, god damn.
Yeah,
That was fucking impressive. And I was like, did she not find the bounce button? Like, I don't know.
I was pretending like I was.
It would have been great if you like shut your video off.
I was like, when are they gonna chime in?
I was going to spend the next half hour lambasting these three.
You had one shot.
Yep.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Oh, man, you're
Sweat a little
awesome.
bit?
I was a little uncomfortable.
Okay.
I'm not gonna lie. I was a little
I mean,
uncomfortable.
Look like
Tim and I
Marissa.
sweat normally, but that was extra sweat, I would say.
Marissa, you cool
Yeah.
as hell.
Yeah,
Marissa,
that was fucking. That was
That
awesome.
was great acting, and I know that in previous interviews and stuff, you said kind of you had that bug, whether it was a reality show where it ended up or acting. Do you want to do like acting in a show or a movie?
I would absolutely love to do that. I've never had. Actually, it's a lie. I maybe took one acting class when I was like 5. Other
Okay.
than that, I've never done acting or anything. But if I got an opportunity where like, because the next goal like I want to do is maybe Netflix. So if I could get onto something with that, like that would be awesome. But I feel like
Sure.
you really need to get like acting classes and like build like a portfolio at acting. So maybe that's something I'll look into and try.
All the platforms, whether it be television or streaming, they're all throwing stuff together. Case in point, HBO Max just did a reality, dating show, and everyone's tossing out there to try and see what they can do. And again, if those projects are available, you're somebody that would, again, no fear, jump right into it, and wherever the chips lie, let's see what happens. And I
Yeah,
think
don't.
You'll always land on your feet.
Yeah, there's content abound, but don't do another like dating reality.
No,
You
no.
do way more than that.
Yeah,
Yep.
no, of course. If I could definitely land some, like if maybe like a Netflix show or I don't know. Netflix is starting with reality TV now too. So
You know,
who knows?
there's
Sure.
a big push lately.
The one where they were all wearing masks and shit.
Ooh,
Oh,
that was
did you see that one,
No,
Marissa?
no, did not like
Yeah.
It's called
Yeah.
sexy. It's called
It's called
sexy.
Sexy Beasts.
It's
No.
like
They have-
cosplayers, like
Yeah,
furries and
Is that
stuff.
some, like,
it's sort of
fetish
like Love Is
foreplay
Blind.
shit?
Yeah.
Close. It's real close.
Yeah.
And I got mad watching it because they do it like episode by episode. So you're not really
Can't get
I
invested.
literally said to these guys, and I hate this shit. I was like, I really they should have spanned it out over a season because I want to know that dolphin face gets together with tiger fucking chin.
Bad. Wait, so they're literally wearing masks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
It-
have you-
it's pretty bad.
Yeah,
Guys,
that's sci-fi
two shows
show.
to look up
Yes.
tonight.
Sexy Beast and
Freaky
FYI.
mask people and the F boys.
Yes. Marissa,
Wow.
talk a little bit. Talk about Amorous. Talk about your lashes business and your website.
Yes. So, like I was saying before, I have my cosmetology license. I did a trade school, BOCES, in high school.
Mhm.
Graduated, got my cosmetology license. I'm certified in makeup, hair, lash extensions, spray tans, brows, all the fun beauty needs that all of us women get.
Do you do like the microblading and the tattooing and stuff?
Don't do that. I
Okay.
do brow lamination and brow tinting,
Okay.
but not the microblading. That's like another certificate you would have to go for, like certification.
Sure.
Maybe I'll go for that, but I have so much going on right now. I work a full-time job. I'm not doing that. I'm doing Instagram, so it's just a lot going on right now. But
Sure.
so I have my own business. It's called Glamorous Luxury Lashes. It's like a lash boutique that you could shop online. I have magnetic lashes. I don't even know if you guys know what I'm talking about.
I browsed the site and I was interested, like, how do those work, the magnetic lashes?
So it's a glue, and basically what it is, it's a 2-in-1. So it's an eyeliner plus there's little magnets in them. And then on the lashes, they have little magnets. So it attaches right away to the eyeliner.
That's amazing.
Yeah. Janine
And
wears them all the time.
Does she?
Yes.
Okay.
All the
That's
time.
awesome. That seems like such a cool, because like my daughter is a competition cheerleader, and I mean, every weekend they were gluing eyelashes and then
yeah, it's a really big saturated industry with the lashes. Everybody has lashes.
yeah. So does the magnetic piece kind of set your line apart? Is it the material that's used? Like how do you kind of set your lashes apart from the rest of the industry?
So with my lashes, they're all cruelty free, so it's not real actual like mink hair. So a lot of people do sell like real mink hair, and I don't want any animals harmed. I'm an animal lover, so they're all synthetic, my lashes. And also it's very hard to find like a good lash with a flexible band that will fit to your eye, and also how many times you can wear them. So with my lashes, as long as you preserve them the correct way for each wear, you can use them 20 times or more. So
That's great.
That's where I differentiate from other businesses.
That's awesome.
Callahan Auto of lashes.
Right?
I was about to see you all in glamorous lashes.
We should do that.
Now let's see
Girl.
what happens. Now let's see what
I would
happens when
rock
you
that
use
shit.
the other group's lashes, and then
Right.
you cut to like fights in the club and all.
Oh my god, rip it all back.
Right.
That would be
All of a sudden, they have
commercial.
razor blades, and you're cutting bitches.
We should do that though. Next, we should all order glamorous eyelashes, and then next show.
I'm down.
We'll wear them.
Yeah, I would do it.
I'll have some.
I would do it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't take them off for days.
Just going to work and just wait for somebody to say something like, "What's going on here?"
Just
Everybody be quiet.
3
Just
days
respect
later-
Tim's choices.
3 days later, I'm just standing in the mirror putting lipstick on. And put your fucking whore makeup on.
Little slut looking at yourself in the mirror.
Tucking it back, going, "Would you fuck me?"
You better sus.
Yeah.
Would you help me put this in my van?
Oh, man.
Yeah,
I miss you, Grandpa.
you guys are nuts.
Oh, man.
Always fun.
So, Marissa, what are some of your favorite reality shows? Obviously, aside from Double Shot, things that either growing up you love, things that are current that you love, because Kevin and I in particular are huge reality show fans of sort of the dating
Thankfully.
shows / other, like craziness ilk. Like I said, Jim is kind of the competition guy.
Right.
Tim is probably a self-proclaimed hater.
I hate everything though.
Yeah,
I do.
It's true. He's a miserable guy.
Here's the thing though about Double Shot though, and like I even said this to you guys because like I will always start off like I just fucking hate society,
Right.
and I ended up absolutely loving most of you. Most of you. There was most of you. There was a couple. I was just like, oh,
Talk about it.
but I genuinely started loving all of you and like investing myself in you guys. And that says a lot about you guys because you can watch any one of these shows and nobody can like F-Boy Island. I literally wanted the island to sink into the ocean.
Yeah.
Did you?
If you can win this angry fuck over, you guys have done something good. So
All right. So
congrats.
kudos to us.
Yes.
As
Yes.
far as reality, what I love to watch. So I like competition shows. I forget what that show was called back then when everybody it was like the dance competition. They would compete.
So you think you can dance?
So you think you can dance?
Yeah, so you think you could dance. I used to love that because growing up I was a competitive dancer. So
Oh, were
I
you?
would travel doing dance competitions.
Oh, that's right. You
So,
I remember you talking
I
to Katie
love
about
that.
I love the judges on those shows.
Hip hop, jazz.
And even like American Idol, when these people come on, they're so ridiculous and cannot sing, and it's like, what are you doing?
Did that really sort of like start the craze of the competition reality show? Was
Survivor.
I guess Survivor.
Survivor's
came
gonna
before
be
American
Sure,
Idol,
in
right?
that
Yeah.
sort of genre for that, for sure, it was Survivor.
Because the first few seasons
Nothing
of
was
American
bigger.
Idol was blowing the doors off of everything else. Like that was
God, yeah.
that was appointment television every
was
week. You were
Thinking
watching.
about William Hung today for some reason. I don't know why.
With your pants on?
Just no, of course not. Pants.
I bought Hung for the holidays.
That's what it was called, wasn't it?
It's a great album.
That
White
man
Christmas.
put out a Christmas
His White
album.
Christmas is better than Bing Crosby's.
I own from Justin to Kelly.
Hey, don't knock Justin, man. He's now doing the Dr. Pepper commercials.
He's Lil Sweet.
He's the little sweet
Justin
one.
Guarini is Lil
Hey.
Sweet.
Yeah.
That's funny.
The sweet
All right,
one.
so you think you can dance? American Idol. What
Um,
else?
also on Netflix, because we talk about Netflix, Too Hot to Handle and
Oh,
Love
yeah.
is Blind.
Oh yeah.
These
Right.
guys. Oh,
And now
God.
with Love is Blind, that was crazy. What
Yeah.
else do they have? Ooh, also The Circle. That's something maybe I would
Yes.
also be open to. I love The
Absolutely.
Circle. That was a creative show that they came up with.
I watched all the versions. I think Brazil, France, and
Yeah.
another one I can't remember. But those shows are amazing. It's a great. It's a great concept.
It
I know
is.
they're coming out another season soon. Yeah,
Yeah. Are they doing another season?
I believe so. Yeah,
Yeah.
crossing fingers at least.
Try to think about it. I love the New Jersey Housewives. We love some good Bravo reality TV.
So I that's in my like top 5. Who's your favorite Jersey housewife?
Dolores. I adore her. I was with her
Yeah.
like 2 weeks ago.
Were you really?
Yeah, I was at her charity event. I'm with her. I've done a few events with her. She's the sweetest, most down to earth person you will ever meet. She'll literally take your shirt off
Yeah.
and back and give it to you. Like she just wants to give back to everybody and help in any way she can.
That's interesting because again, she is sort of as you were. She's the kind of the voice of reason a lot of times on that show when Teresa's going at it with somebody, or she tends to, even when she knows she has to maintain some level of an allegiance or a friendship, she'll
Right.
still tell the person, nah, you were wrong in that situation.
Yeah.
So
Right.
that it's not surprising to me that you guys would hit it off, and
She's such a sweetheart. I love her. She's a good person. They
Yeah,
all
that's-
are, but she's like good people.
that's cool. Yeah, Dolores is great, and she in the last season she like lost some weight. I think she got like butt implants or something. She looked fantastic. I don't know.
Yeah,
She
when
got,
I
like, a
saw
lot of-
her a few weeks ago, I was like, "Holy shit, she looks amazing."
Yeah, it's
Her
crazy.
booty be popping. She
Yeah,
looks
yeah.
good. Really
Yeah.
good.
That's awesome. What other? So Bravo. Speaking of Bravo,
Mhm.
I don't know if you watch it. I am a huge Shahs of Sunset fan.
I used to watch that. Yes, I love
Okay.
that. Have
It's
you ever watched Salon Martone?
no. What's that?
So it's actually my friend's cousin, Salon Martone. They live out here. They're from where's their salon? It's literally, I want to say like Syosset area, and they have like
Okay.
a whole reality TV show about their salon. But I'm
Really?
sorry, it's not Bravo. I'm sorry, it's TLC.
All right.
Okay.
Fair enough.
So we
Yeah.
can get it on Tim's Discovery Plus account.
You guys can check that out.
Yes.
Good up.
All right, we'll have to check that out. But yeah,
Just because a guy likes Magnolia Network, I mean, you know.
The gains,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
Came with
That's
the bundle.
right.
Yeah.
Came with the bundle.
I love the way he's just a cuck for her.
Come on, don't knock Chip Gaines. Come on.
Don't knock Chip Gaines. It's something I did not expect to hear tonight.
Right. Okay, so all right, so Bravo's good. Is Jersey Housewives your favorite? Because I've never gotten into like Orange County or Beverly Hills or any of the other ones.
Yeah, no, neither have I. I really love. I like the Jersey. They're like us.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
agree. I agree.
Yeah.
Kevin, give us a reality show that we haven't said already that you're a really big fan of.
I mean, you got to go with Real World.
I've
You gotta
never
go with the
watched
granddad.
that.
For MTV.
Wow.
That's kind of the original.
You gotta
Marissa's
go with the-
half our age.
Grant,
so-
but it's still on. I mean, I know
Oh,
that
You need my
Yeah.
Paramount Plus login.
Yeah.
I've
It's kind
heard
of
about that and Big Brother, but I've yet to see that too.
Mm.
Big Brother was. I think the European versions were better than the American
Yeah.
ones, but whatever. But like Real World started off as a serious show where you finally get to know people who are different, race, sexual orientation, religion, whatever. And then it got towards more of the drinking, maybe when it went to Vegas. I'm pretty sure that was a
Okay.
season where everyone started getting drunk and lesbian sex and it was crazy. And it was, oh wow, this is a hit. We can just
Yeah.
keep doing this formula. Towards the 20th, 30th season, whatever, it was guilty pleasure TV. But the
Mhm.
first couple of seasons were absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
Like I love the New York season, obviously, but
Yeah.
The real
Yeah.
world started out real. It
and
really
then
did.
it wasn't.
And then it wasn't.
And then it wasn't.
Yeah. But I actually watched a few of the first episodes of the original cast reunion on
The
Paramount
Homecoming.
Plus. Yeah, and it's just as uncomfortable as as when they got together on the original series. Because again, Marissa, it was people from completely different backgrounds
Mhm.
thrown into this house together, and you had
What's that like?
right. But this was, you weren't having discussions, frank and open discussions about race and gender, on shows that catered to, teenagers and early 20 people. And this was kind of the first to do that. And I think it was definitely, as Kevin said, the first couple seasons, I mean, they were very serious. The one with Pedro.
Pedro Zamora was the first openly gay HIV positive person any of us knew.
Yes.
Yep.
Not like,
Yeah.
like we had more connection to him than Magic back then. So
Right.
just watching his journey, and then obviously the inevitable happens. We got to see a part of life that was completely foreign to us, and it was great television. It was like because we grew up with it. I'm the oldest, so I was a couple of years younger than that cast.
Right.
So like watching Homecoming now is kind of awkward because it feels like a high school reunion, which
Yeah.
nobody wants.
Right.
But
Not at this point.
no, absolutely fine.
I feel terrible that you have to sit here and listen to In Our Day.
Right. Marissa's like, I haven't even had my 5-year high school reunion yet.
I'm
Seriously.
sure she won't be attending any reunions. I don't want to see anybody from this town. So,
It's a fucking loop.
And that is the most Long Island thing said tonight.
Yes.
Cheers.
Oh man. Kev,
What up?
that's all right. So Real World Classic kind of started it all with grouping people in a house together. What's one that is more on the guilty pleasure side of reality TV?
You got me into what's the damn island one?
Love Island.
Temptation.
No,
Temptation
Temptation Island.
Oh yes, Temptation.
I watched the. Was that on Fox originally?
It was
Yeah.
on,
Way
so
back
the
in the
first,
day?
Like it was.
I was in college, so it was like 98, 99.
Fuck.
It was Fox. It was Fox, and it was the one season. And it was, what was interesting about it, Marissa, I'm not sure if you saw the first season before they've done the recent reboot, but it was the first time that like the woman was tempted. Like you always expect the guy to like,
Right,
oh,
male,
you know,
yeah.
but she was the one that, and she had like a great buff, handsome, you know, clearly caring guy. And she went off and hooked up with like a couple of other guys on the island, and you were like, wow, you know, women suck too. But
We all suck.
Yeah.
Men drive us to suck now.
it was.
No.
I won't disagree with you there either.
Yeah.
I lived in
But
Patchogue.
It was gripping. It was gripping TV, but it was just one season, and I think being Fox, and that it was still sort of in the early days of Fox, if you really think about it.
It was 2003.
Was it?
Yeah.
Okay.
But back then, Fox had a lot of really trash programs. Do you guys remember A Moment of Truth?
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, Moment of
No.
Truth. Yeah,
Yeah.
Kevin, good for you to bring that up. That was I don't even want to call that a game show. But it essentially was. It was okay. Basically, you take a person and you ask them lie detector test questions.
20 questions or some shit.
But we're talking they get exponentially worse as you go down the line. Now, they would be offered an amount of money to, I guess, reveal the answers to those truths or the questions that they were asked. And it got to the point for just like simple, like, do you like this person, to did you cheat on your wife with your brother, and bring the brother on stage.
Shit! I do remember that show.
One season.
Oh my
One
God.
season.
That's
It was
crazy.
And we're
horrifying.
talking like family shattering questions, and you
Yeah.
bring
Yeah.
them on, like literally like to catch a cheater type of stuff.
Yeah. And
But-
then Maury Povich was like, "Hang on."
It's like, oh, we can go that far? I'm on it.
And then the guy
no,
from
they weren't.
Cheaters was like, plunge that knife right here.
Oh,
Joey Greco.
Joey Greco. I went to high
So-
school with a Joey Greco, and I always thought maybe that was him, but then I realized it wasn't.
No.
Crossing fingers.
No.
Anyway.
I mean,
So-
come on. Cheaters is a great guilty pleasure show.
Oh,
Yes, absolutely.
there's like 7 episodes on every morning on.
Mhm.
I don't even know what
I
channel.
think it's
that is.
VH1 or MTV. I'm not sure which one plays it now.
I think it might actually be it's BET, but
It's possible.
Really?
I think
Possible.
Cheaters
It can't be
is on
MTV because they only allow
Ridiculousness.
1.5 hour of non-ridiculousness.
No, that's gotta go. That show's gotta go.
Right?
They're now with like 2
Well,
more
don't worry. Now we
spin-offs.
got deliciousness.
Dude, does Rob
adorableness.
Deerdeck have like incriminating photos of the executives over
I
at
have
MTV?
no idea what Rob Deerdeck does, and I don't know how not to be like that person, but like the show's just gotta fucking go.
He's the skater boy that Avril Lavigne was
He
talking
prints
about.
money at this
Yeah.
point.
Kevin, you shared with us the MTV schedule. Like he sent us the weekly schedule,
Yeah.
and the
Every
entire
slot.
it was ridiculous.
It was
Every
peppered with
spot.
other shows, but nothing but ridiculous.
Except for Thursday at 8 and 9 o'clock when it was Jersey Shore
Right.
and or Double Shot.
Mhm.
Everything else was ridiculous.
Jersey.
That pissed me off because obviously we were huge Double Shot fans, and I wanted to watch an episode more than once. There are no repeats.
Mhm.
Yeah.
No, that's the only that sucked.
What the
And then
fuck?
like I feel like you had to catch it when it was on TV, but like you never knew when. But it is
Right.
on demand now. So
Yeah.
Mhm.
I DVR'd that shit. So definitely it's on the MTV app, it's on Paramount Plus.
Mhm.
You know, if you've got Hulu, you can search up
And
the
definitely
old
catch up
shows.
now because season 3 is basically 3 weeks away now. September 16th.
September 16th, yeah.
I'm
I don't even
boycotting
know
because
that-
Marissa's
yes.
not on it.
I guess I'm
I'm not
sad.
watching it. Not
It's
watching it.
okay. I'll still watch. I'll still support. So
Yeah, but catch the other two.
You
Catch the other
are-
2 seasons.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I can do it again. I can't.
Now-
I mean, I love who I love, and you know, there's no room for.
I,
Think.
it almost looks
Well,
like they didn't go in with a
well,
plan. It's like they didn't go in with a plan with the
Yeah.
show. Did you see the trailer for the season 3?
I have not. I've
Vinny
not
has
seen
no
the trailer
rhythm.
for season 3 yet. Vinny has no rhythm. He's a stripper.
Right.
He has no rhythm.
Well, I mean, we are.
It's bad.
Marissa, you saw Vinny on stage,
Yes, I did.
right?
Yes.
Is his crank as big as everybody says?
No comment.
Okay. Fair
Go
enough.
back to OnlyFans, fucko.
No comment. Just go on
Little-
Twitter. I'm sure you can read comments somewhere, Instagram.
That's true.
Or
yeah,
Reddit. Reddit's always popping off.
Yeah.
So.
Yep.
yeah. I'm sure Kevin's seen it and done things to it already. So.
And the Batista.
So do you still talk to like almost everybody on the show here and there? Is it?
So we still have a group chat together that we all like talk to, like just like the main cast, not the main cast, but like us and then like
Yeah.
Tony and Vinny
We
there.
know what you're saying. Mhm.
But so like we'll catch up here and there. Nikki I still talk to and catch up with her, but she's touring all over with Paulie right now. I don't really talk to Paulie or Vinny at all, so just like the girls and then like the cousines here and there. So yeah, Nick Cousine's booed up. So he's doing his
Is
own
he?
thing. We all have our own shit going on, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course.
Tell Antonio we said hi.
I will. Party Poppy.
Pool party poppy.
He actually
Party
lives by
Poppy.
you, Kevin. He lives in Florida now, by Delray. Yeah.
Oh, get out of here.
When we came home, he like was maybe home for like a few months and then he just packed up his shit and went to Florida.
I understand it.
There's a lot more
Following
pool
a dream.
parties down there than there is up here.
Absolutely.
Oh, that was so fucking funny. They call me Pool Party Poppy. No, you call yourself that.
Oh.
And
But again-
so he cracks me up.
But what,
So
what was
funny.
so great is, again, conceptually, the fact that they took you guys from the first season and
Mhm.
completely switched it up and did, sort of what they did with it. That's why I think we loved it so much more was they didn't just try to repeat or redo.
Right.
They changed it up. And those guys, like some of the women on the show, they come in hot looking like clowns a little bit.
Yeah.
But then as you start to get to know them, every single one of them was like had something that you could identify with. And deep down, I felt like all of them had a good heart,
Totally.
whatever their behavior might have been at certain points.
Yes.
It seemed like they were decent guys that were just young and looking to party in Vegas.
Yes.
But
Jarred
Yeah.
sauce though.
well, that was embarrassing.
the ragu and the jar sauce, it wasn't for me at all.
That was
So,
embarrassing.
it was hard to cook. I don't fucking know how to cook, so and I'm Italian, so that's sad. And then the boys, we would leave the boys to the cooking. So we'd be like, well, honestly, out of the boys, Brandon was the only one that really knew how to cook, and then he was like teaching Nick and Antonio, so like they were kind of his assistants. So if they weren't in the kitchen, then it was girl Nikki, who's a bomb cook. She's
Yeah.
Yeah, she was always.
so she's amazing. She was either cooking dinner or doing desserts. And then Darren, also amazing cook. Susie was always doing just the eggs when they weren't being you remember that in this show when they were
Yes.
from
Yep.
her fucked up. They were putting them with the dirty plates in her bed under the sheets.
That's fucked up.
Oh.
She was screaming, "Who the fuck did this?"
Yeah, the cooking reality shows is where I chime in for sure.
Oh, yeah?
I mean, Gordon Ramsay is it doesn't matter what he puts on television, I'm in it. And on my DVR right now, I have 3 Gordon Ramsay shows that I'm recording. It's Gordon Ramsay Uncharted, it's MasterChef, and it's Young Guns Hell's Kitchen right now, which has gone on. He's been on television now doing kitchen style reality shows for over 23 years. And again, it's something that there's just something about him going off on somebody that I just can't look away from, whether it be a creative insult or just the absolute meltdown that he has on these. And it's not even like they're amateur cooks. These people that apparently have experience. And the amount that they screw up, and then the way that he jumps in. I'll watch a Gordon Ramsay reality show sight unseen. And I'll make my opinion from there.
Crazy thing about that is the BBC show, like the version of Kitchen Nightmare.
Oh, Boiling Point. Holy
but
shit!
he wasn't the guy that we see over here. He was more reserved. He was actually trying to help and was communicating. And then you watch it like, okay, I like it, but it's kind of off. Then this show's over here, he's just cursing people out.
Then John Taffert went to the same school. He just has bigger eyes doing it. I've never seen a man's eyes pop out of his skull that much. I just haven't. Like, how fucked up does your thyroid have to be? Get that under control. That's a medical problem.
His neck disappears. His neck disappears. His veins on his fucking forehead bulge out, and he just screams obscenities at people. You're a disgrace. Clean this shit up. Fix your bar.
Tara's cousin
also on the DVR
has that condition, and I didn't know like that was a thing. So I always thought he was just like super surprised all the time.
He was super surprised. Yo, I love your cousin. He's always so happy to see you.
He lives his life with his eyes bugging out of his head, and I'm like, hey, what's up, buddy? Because he always just looks so happy. But yeah, no, apparently it's a medical condition.
Sometimes I hate you, Chris.
Yeah,
but I love you.
Bar Rescue, though, again, that's a guilty pleasure show.
Total guilty pleasure.
Yeah.
I don't even consider it a guilty pleasure. I have all the new episodes. I watch them all.
I don't anymore. I don't watch it because like it just became annoying. But he definitely. And our buddy Tim Thompson was on his John Taffert's one season of his marriage show that he did.
Get the fuck out of here!
Remember that?
Wow.
Marriage Rescue.
Yeah. My buddy and his ex-wife were on John Taffert's Marriage Rescue.
Good job in the chat.
Wait, so you're saying his renovations usually
if you're
don't
having
stick?
problems, the best place to go is probably John fucking Taffert.
right. So I went on a.
I guess they figured his eyes were big enough he might see what the fucking problem is. But
I went on a fishing trip with Tim, who was on this marriage rescue show, and he told me the story about him and his ex-wife and the reality show, and I jumped in the water and tried. It was such a story, and then I had to go like on a website, and this was before the streaming services, and I still don't know where it's available, but like I found it, but I had to pay like $3 to watch the one episode.
Of course you did.
But it was worth it. Crazy. All right. So one thing that I did want to discuss before we close out is Maury. Okay.
Absolutely.
Marissa, I'm not sure, obviously if you're home during the day, the Maury show is on at noon. It's on at 4 p.m. There's apps where you can watch all the old Maury shows.
Okay.
And it's either paternity tests, and in some cases it's women that have been back 4 times to try to find the father of the one baby.
Is this some Jerry Springer shit?
Kind of. But it's classier than Jerry
Springer. No, Jerry Springer's more like threesomes, and I was dating a stripper or whatever.
Yeah.
This is sad.
Yeah,
right. Maury Povich is like getting down to the bare bones of the truth. Jerry Springer is lesbian Nazi hookers who are abducted by aliens and forced into weight loss programs.
No, wait a minute.
Bam.
Maury used to do the Pejoria kid thing. Where he would have the little Pejoria kids that literally look like Benjamin Button, popping out of things like little trash cans and stuff like that. They absolutely were taking advantage of people. Like it's
evolved.
But now, so now it's essentially paternity tests, lie detector tests, and they also like test the guy in the green room. They'll have a sexy undercover agent to try to tempt the guy while he's waiting to go on the show, and then they show the girlfriend or the wife while they're on stage to show what a cheater he is.
Entrapment,
No. Everyone's watched the show. Stop it. They know what's going on.
Yeah, if you really feel like you're on Maury in the green room and this hot woman is genuinely hitting on you, you're an idiot. Which many of them are.
I thought I was on here to talk about the Middle East. I was
the greatest my greatest sense of joy, and Tim, said when he watched F-Boy Island, he jumped up, he laughed. My greatest sense of joy is when the woman is on stage talking about how she's 1,000% positive that he's the baby's dad. She didn't sleep with anyone else. There's no way that he's not the father. And then Maury reads the paternity results and the guy is not the father. Because Maury will go, you are
not.
He'll either finish it with the father or he'll go, you are not. And he acts like super surprised.
Right.
Especially when the women have been so loud for the episode and yelling, and you never paid for anything, you didn't buy any diapers, blah blah blah.
Look at his nose. Look at the nose. That's not my nose.
They put him up on screen. They go, he's the same hair, whatever.
Right.
And then
It
Maury
can't be.
goes,
It can't
you
be.
are not the father. It is just pure joy every time I see that.
Well, the thing is,
Watching people's heartbreak,
when you get the
Would
woman
have to
who
watch
covers
that.
her head and runs off
It's
stage
so good.
crying, and you get the guy who does a cartwheel.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And he's like dancing and doing the running man, and
So
the
amazing.
girls love it.
and then you get a kid who's like, "Do you know how many years it's going to take me to dig out of this shit?"
Right.
Aw.
It's a horrible recipe
Yeah.
for humanity. And
It's
I'm an
awful.
awful person for loving it as much as I do.
But you do.
Like, and there's always the headline at the bottom, which is the title of the episode, and it's always like, I slept with my sister's husband. Is he my baby's daddy? And then and then you find out that it wasn't the sister's husband. It was the guy that the sister was cheating on her husband with, who banged the sister, and he's the dad. Like, it's just ridiculous.
It's just like crazy.
Yeah, it's insanity, and it's every day at
Day.
noon and every day at 4. You get two doses. It's like injecting pure joy into your body when you watch those shows.
That's so fucked up.
So,
Chris is just like, "Look,
I'll have
I'm
to
not
check
trash
it
alone."
out. That's funny.
so yeah,
Watch their
try it.
lives crumble.
Yeah, right.
And I love it. And throughout the show, they ask, like, hey, are you a person whose wife is cheating on you with a family member? Call this number. Maybe you can come on the show. They actively cast in the middle of the damn show for the next week's worth of shit.
I'm gonna reveal this to Kevin now, and I don't think I've ever told him this, and I feel bad that I never told him or passed along the tickets that I ended up getting. But I applied and sent in for tickets to Maury because they shoot in Connecticut. And what's funny is they even offer busing for the audience members up to the studio if you don't have your own car or can't make it up there.
Wow.
And I got tickets, but it was a thing where like I had to travel for work, and very selfishly, I did not want him to go without me. And so I just didn't.
You know what? No, I understand that.
I didn't get.
I
like,
understand that. I'm not even mad. Not even mad.
we
I
love
would be mad.
No,
yeah, like
not
we
even mad.
love the
Yep.
show so much that I didn't want him to have that experience without me, and I wouldn't go if he couldn't go.
I get that. That's love right there.
But yeah,
Is
so
it-
Kev, we did have
Well,
more
no, I would have gone though.
tickets.
I would have
Yeah.
gone. I'm like, no, this is bullshit. But,
Tim, if I catch
Fuck it,
something
me
like
and
that,
Jim
I'll let you
would've
know. I was just gonna just gonna say,
Marissa,
Tim.
what are you doing?
I'll go.
Want to go to Connecticut?
Take the Port Jet Ferry, nice easy ride.
Oh.
Great day.
I actually would have wanted to take the bus that they offered. 'Cause
Could you imagine?
that would have been
Yeah.
some crazy shit.
Go on that.
Who's,
Anyway.
that's amazing. It's like the no frills jitney. That's amazing.
Oh my god. It's absolutely a school bus with no seatbelts painted blue on the outside.
100%.
Yep.
You get a voucher for some McDonald's later.
The bus driver's smoking out of his neck.
No, don't do that. That's a trap.
That thing's, and it's definitely getting pulled over at least twice on the way up.
Pulled over. It's not making it on the
It's not
boat.
making it.
Right. So anyway, I wanted to wrap up with that and the discussion on Maury, but more importantly, again, Marissa, I just wanted to say thank you for joining us tonight. You've been
thank you.
awesome, incredibly cool, very fun to talk to. I appreciate you
Thank you guys for having me. I had so much fun. It was so nice chatting and meeting you guys.
Definitely awesome.
Maybe I can see you guys in person and we'll have drinks and more laughs.
Oh yeah.
I was so excited. We were on a camping trip with Janine, who's a family friend and Marissa's next door neighbor. And we were drinking at, around the fire. And she's like, yeah, you guys ever watch that show Double Shot at Love? And my head went,
Marissa,
Marissa,
when we tell you the joy, the look of joy that he portrayed to us, the elation that he went through when he realized that he was about to talk to Marissa from Double Shot at Love.
I was such a nervous goober.
I believe we were on air. We were on air.
We were talking and
we were on air, and Chris was camping, and he had just spoke to you, and then chimed in. Like, we gave him the Zoom because he wanted to pop in, and he's like, "Guess who I just got off the phone?"
Probably thinking it's like, oh.
Smile ear to ear.
He was happy as shit.
Yeah,
and it worked out, man, because you were awesome. You definitely were.
So
Thanks for fucking with me.
So are you, of course. You guys are all so much fun and so cool. Amazing laughs tonight.
Thank you.
Our pleasure.
A lot of fun.
Yes, anything you want to talk about, you can pop on at any point.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, and certainly if if something's going on and you have something to announce, hop on our Instagram page and tag us. And then if you want to do just a segment and just talk about what you're working on and you've
always got a spot here.
Awesome. Definitely. Yeah. I'll be back, bitches. Don't you?
We're all over here like, hey, please like us.
Right.
Well, if you guys ever do the comedy club one night, maybe we can all meet up and do something.
Yeah. So September 3rd, I will be in Governor's Levittown. I will. So that's next Friday. Get your tickets now. Govs.com. So come out for that, and then I think we'll be there again. I know Big J Ogerson's going to be there middle of the month. Go on govs.com for upcoming shows.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All the live shows are right there on the website, and you definitely check out all the other shows that are on govsradio.com. The new guy, was it Almost Irish? There's a new show that showed up on the channel. Those guys look like they're falling right in, having a good ass time. So, and with all the other shows that are on govsradio.com, definitely check in. You can check it out on the YouTube channel to catch up on any live shows or stuff that's already been broadcast, and including this show tonight.
Yep.
Yeah. So thank you again, Chris. I'm gonna let you fucking take the ship out. You are the host.
What am I supposed to say at the end of that?
We'll get there eventually.
It's my douchebag friend from Boston.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Govs Radio. Thank you, Marissa. We will. I don't know. Next week I won't be here. They may be. But
we'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out. That we Candyman. We're gonna be talking Candyman.
I'm watching that tomorrow morning.
So.
Yep.
See you next week.
Cheers.
Let me know when you're out, Jim.
Working on it. Thanks, Tim.
Thanks for watching Films on Tap. We'll be back live every Friday night from 9 to 10:30 and catch all of our previous shows on demand right here on govsradio.com. You can also tune in next time using the Boxcast app to watch us on your phone, tablet, or TV streaming device as well. Check out our featured band Playing Dead on Facebook and Spotify for more of their music. And be sure to subscribe to Films on Tap with Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter for any upcoming events, comedy shows, movie reviews, and additional content. And again, thanks for watching. Cheers.